Hiya, Jimmy here. How you doing? If you haven't seen me before, I'm converting that ordinary Citroen panel van into a hopefully stealthy camper van. Now, I've been talking about putting solar panels on it for months. Never got around to it, but that's changing today. They're both paid for and they're on their way. They should be here this afternoon, so I better get on and clean the roof of the van. Well, as you can see, the kit's arrived on time, as promised. Give me a couple of seconds to finish my coffee and I'll open it up on camera and show you what we got. I'll tell you what each component does and I'll tell you why I picked that particular one. Just before we go any further, I'd just like to make sure you know that although I do have a bit of experience on 12 volt auto electrics, I'm by no means an expert of solar power. In fact, until recently, I didn't know anything about solar panels, solar systems. I've done my research and I'll try and explain to you what I've learned. Well, if you were in the same boat as I was not so long ago and know nothing about solar, solar is a great way to charge up your 12 volt battery electrics. It doesn't have anything to do with the 240 hookup if you've got that on your van. This is 12 volt battery electrics only. And how solar works, you've got a light sensitive panel called a solar panel on the roof of your van, and this, when in sunlight, produces electricity. The electricity can then be used through a solar controller to charge your batteries in your van. Now, I'll be talking in a little bit more detail when I open the kit up and show you the components. But basically that's how it works. Right, let's open this up and see what we've got. Now, as you can see, I bought mine in kit form. You can source all these components individually and you'll probably save a little bit. Places like Amazon and eBay, but I didn't fancy that. I dealt with a solar specialist. I rang them up and I had a list of questions that I wanted to ask and I wanted to know their opinion as well. I also wanted to only deal with one supplier in case anything went wrong. Also, they make sure, because they're the experts, that all the components they give you in a kit are compatible with each other. They give you the right size cables. A bit of peace of mind. I accept I have probably paid a little bit more than I needed to, but I'm happy with that. Also, they put this kit together for my requirements. It's not a standard kit. I told them I wanted certain things, which I'll explain in a minute, and they made the kit up especially for me. Right, we'll start with the solar panel. This is a 120 watt solar panel. The solar panels come in two different types. There's a monocrystalline and a polycrystalline, and the main difference is the efficiency. The monocrystalline can produce electricity on more cloudy, overcast days, where the polycrystalline, I've been told, needs sunshine. Of course, there is a difference in price as well. The monocrystalline is more expensive than a polycrystalline. This particular solar panel, the 120 watt solar panel, was available in two different sizes. It was 1020 millimeters by 670 or 1450 by 550. And because of the situation I have, and I have a roof rack, I've picked the shorter, dumpier one. Now you have to allow 120 millimeters on both sides, length and width, for the mounting brackets. Talking about the solar panel mounts, this might be a good time to show you the mounts I've got. Now I've got a bit of an issue because I wanted to mount the solar panel on the roof with the small face facing forward, but I can't. I've got to put my panel on side to side rather than front to rear. And my issue is wind resistance. Because there's an air gap underneath the panel, I didn't want the risk of air coming underneath and when you're driving and try and lift the panel off. So I mentioned this to the solar supplier, the expert, and he agreed with me. He said panels can be mounted side to side, but normally at the rear of the van, not the front. Mine's going to have to be on the front. So what I've decided to do is, I've got the corner mounts, which is what I wanted. Now they are screwed through these holes here into the side of there, self-tapping screws. And then you put adhesive on this part and it sticks to the roof. There's no screws going through the roof of your van. So they go on to there like that. But in the standard kit, you get the option of corner mounts or end mounts. So what I've decided to do is to put an end mount, but not on that end, on this end, because that's going to be facing the front of the van. The wind will be coming this way, so that will not only make the solar panel more securely fixed to the roof, but it will deflect the air. Now it has to have air underneath, but because that is meant for the end, not the short side, not the long side, there will be air gaps, so the air will still be able to get in and keep the panel cool. So if you're going to mount yours side to side, put it at the rear of the van if you can. If not, try and put the short edge facing the front. And now we move to the solar controller. This is a very important part of your solar system. And there's two types. There's a PWM, stands for pulse width modulation, or a MPPT, maximum power point tracking. So the 4-letter one is better than the 3-letter one. And the MPPT controller is more efficient. It helps to give charge on cloudy, overcast days, same as the solar panel. So if you have a monolith crystalline panel with an MPPT charge controller, the figures are that you get 30% more charge. And the reason for that, I think, is that the PWM controller is either switched on, well, it's automatic, but it's either switched on or off, where the MPPT fades in and fades out. Think of it like a light switch. If you've got a dimmer light switch and an ordinary light switch, the ordinary light switch, your lights are either on or they're off. The dimmer can dim your lights in, dim your lights out. That's how it's more efficient. Now, why do you might be thinking, why do I need a solar controller? Why can't I just connect this straight to the solar power straight to the battery? Well, the reason is because solar panels can produce up to 22 volts and your battery system is only 12. So it would be too high a voltage to charge your battery. Most alternators on cars charge between 13.8 and 15 volts. So I don't know the exact figure for the solar controller, but I would imagine it's around 14 volts, give or take-ish. And another reason is it senses the charge in your battery, and when your battery is fully charged, it stops it from keep charging, because that would damage your battery. Now there is another one, which is the one I've bought, and I wasn't originally going to buy this, but I thought a little bit more extra work now would save me work later on. So what I've done is I've got this one. This one is a dual battery controller, so it not only charges your leisure battery or battery bank, it also charges your van battery. So it gives priority to the leisure battery, as in it gives 90% of charge to the leisure battery and 10% to the van battery. Now this is a 10 amp charger, so it gives 9 amps to the leisure battery and 1 amp to the van battery. So the beauty of a dual charge controller is if you put your van in storage over the winter, you won't be coming back in the spring to a flat battery, and you won't have to take your battery off to take it home to charge it. The trickle charge should keep your van battery charged up as well as the leisure battery. And now we come to the cable that connects the solar panel to the solar controller, and from the solar controller to the battery. Now it's 2-core cable, and as far as I know it comes in 2 sizes. So your wiring comes in from the solar panel through a gland which is supplied in the kit, a waterproof gland that is stuck to your roof with adhesive. Your cable comes through there, and that is a watertight nut as well. And the only hole that you have to drill in your van roof is the hole that the cable goes inside your van. But you won't see it because this goes completely over the top of it. Now, when you mount this, I don't know if it says this in the instructions because I haven't read them yet, but I'm going to put this edge faces the front of the van, because if you're driving on a rainy day and it's tipping it down with rain and you're driving at 60 miles an hour, you're going to have the wind driving it into there, and although it should be okay, I just wouldn't take the chance. So I'm going to put that facing the back of the van just in case. I get carried away talking and I keep forgetting to tell you things I want to tell you. I forgot. So that cable sizing is a perfect example of why you should go with solar supplier expert. They'll keep you right on the cable for your sizes and the watts of your solar panels. So don't go off what I've just said. Check up with your experts. And also this cable has to be outdoor weatherproof cable, and it's not only rain, it's UV. Because this is on your roof of your van, it's going to get all the sun on it. If you don't have proper UV cable, the UV in the sun will degrade your cable and it won't last very long, and you'll have to rewire everything again. So get the proper UV cable, weather protected cable. Right, don't worry, I'm nearly finished. I'm just going to show you, because if you get it in a kit, you're not going to forget to get anything, because the experts will put everything that you need in the kit. This comes with a bag of connectors. It even comes with a drill. They've even given you the size of drill that you need, and the proper connectors for the proper outdoor cable. There's fuses in there. There's everything. There's 2 inline fuses. They even give you the right adhesive. So there we go. There's the kit. So just got to put it onto the van now. I'm going to fit this to the van, and I'm not going to film what I'm doing. But what I will do is I'll take you around I'll give you a walkthrough and show you the job when it's finished and explain any bits that I might have overlooked now. So I'm going to fit that and I'll come back and show you the finished job. Well, it's all done and it's all working. So just before I show you around, I wasn't originally going to film the installation process. I was just going to talk about solar systems for the beginner, which is me. But when I was looking, there's not many videos about fitting dual battery systems. So I've changed my mind and I have filmed it. It's filmed, but it's not edited yet. So give me a few days to get that done, probably next weekend. So if you want to see the installation process, and it was quite a job actually, more than I was thinking. So anyway, if you want to see me install it, keep your eyes open for that video because it should be coming very soon. Now I'll show you around. My leisure battery is located under the bed in the garage section, and it's in this little compartment along with all my other 12-volt systems, fuse boxes, split charger in that system. And I'm not sure if you can see, but there is an inline fuse for the solar circuit in there. There it is. So all my 12-volt, as I say, is in the driver side rear, and my 240 hookup system is in the passenger side rear. Right, there's the solar panel. Now it is stuck to the roof. There's no screws through the roof. It's held on with adhesive, and you can see that I've got the extra mounts on it. But I originally said I was going to put it that way, side to side, not front to rear. But I just wasn't happy with the fit. So I changed my plans. I considered a few things, but the roof racks were going to be in the way, and then I thought the kayak was going to be on, that would put the panel in the shade. And anyway, I considered quite a few things, and that was the best way that I came up with. And it's a personal thing. Your circumstances be different to mine, so you know, you decide which way you want your panel on your roof. If you're going to put it side to side that way, the expert told me that it should be at the back of the van really. This seems solid, it doesn't seem to go away. Anyway, you can do your research, phone your supplier up, see what they recommend, and you'll see the gland. And like I said, I've fitted it with the opening for the wire towards the rear of the van. And the thinking behind that is that if it's tipping it down with rain and you're driving at 60 miles an hour, the wind will be driving the rain into there. And although it is a waterproof nut, why take the chance and give it all the help that you can? I've also made the wire long so that the connections are underneath the panel. So if it's raining, trying to keep them out the rain. They are waterproof. They're called MC4 connectors, waterproof connectors. But just keeping them out the rain the best you can is, you know, has to help. So that's it. What else can I say about the panel? There's no maintenance on solar systems as such. The only sort of maintenance is to keep the solar panel clean. And the best way to think of that is, if you think about your headlights don't shine as bright if that lens is dirty. So your solar panel is the same. You won't get the potential charge if there's dirt on them. So keep your solar panels clean. Right, inside the van, we've got the solar controller mounted temporarily there. It's not going to stay there. It's going to be inside a cabinet. But I want to use it before then, so it's just going to be there now until I'm ready to do the cabinet. So the wire comes, this is the wire from the solar panel. We've got another wire from the van battery comes up the doorpost, and we've got another wire from the leisure battery which is in the back of the van, and the wire for that was an awkward one. It had to go along behind the cabinets and down the rear doorpost, and so that's mounted there. We've got a remote meter which you don't need if you're going to put your charger in a prominent position that you can see. You wouldn't need the remote meter, but as I say, mine's going to be inside a cabinet. So there we go. Right, before I flip the camera around and show you the displays and how the system works, I just want to explain the instructions were terrible. I tried my best. I read it a few times and I really didn't understand much of it. I did understand some of it, so I'm going to turn the camera around now and I'm going to try and show you what I think the display is telling you. Right, let's have a look. Now before I turn it on and show you the display, it is a very cloudy day in Newcastle. It's very foggy and misty, so the readings won't be the maximum readings that were quoted, but I'll try and show you what the display looks like. Right, we just turn it on. Now this is the remote meter that we're looking at now. There is a display on the controller itself and it's exactly the same. Right, I'll go through the icons. Is that clear enough? There. That is obviously the solar panel, and there's a little icon of the sun there. Now there is a icon of a moon as well, so I think at night it shows the moon. I'm not sure because I haven't seen it on the display, but that's what I think happens. Now there's the solar panel. We've got a little icon of a battery here, a little icon of another battery there, and above the battery it says main and start. So obviously that is your starter battery, that is the leisure battery. Now if you see on them, just like your mobile phone, it's got little bars, and that gives you a quick reference to the charge of your battery. Now you see on this now, there's a little arrow pointing down from the solar panel. So the solar panel is given 13.8 volts, and the little arrows there are pointing to the main battery. So we're talking about the main battery here. Now if you go through to the next screen, now you see the little arrow on the main battery is pointing away from the battery. So that is what the battery is capable of giving you. So it's 12.8 volts, the battery. Next one is the starter battery. Starter battery, again, the arrow is coming away from the battery, so that's what that battery can give you, is 12.7. Now that's an auto. I'll come back to that. And then we're back to the ordinary screen. So right, I'll go back to the auto. Right, when you get to the auto, if you push that button there, there's a little icon that comes on there to let you know it's in, and I'm going to have to refer to the book because it's a funny name, Auto Globe View. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. To me, it's an automatic scrolling menu. If you watch, it scrolls through different readings. It's on watt hours there now. It's on the main battery voltage now. It's on amps now. Volts for the main battery. Anyway, it scrolls through and there's one of them that comes up. It says battery type. Now when that comes on, you have to push the button and then tell the controller what type of battery you've got. Now it's referring to the leisure battery, not the starter battery, and it gives you a list and you have to pick, and that is the only setup that you need to do. You can't change the parameters that it's going through now, but I don't understand why anybody would want to. And then you can come out of it by putting that, and you're back to the normal screen. There you go. I hope you understood that. Now, I just want to repeat, that's what I think, because I didn't understand the instructions very well. Now, that auto scrolling menu, I don't know why you would want to refer to that. Well, you may want to. I don't. All I want to know is the solar panel charging and the state of my batteries, and that's all I think you need to know. That's all I'll be using anyway. Now, the little bars on the battery, I'm going to have to refer to the instructions. It's one of the only things I understand in these instructions. One line means the battery is between 13 and 35%. 2 lines between 36 and 61%. 3 lines 62 to 86%. 4 lines 87 to 100%. So there you go. You now know as much about solar as I do. And I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you understood it as well. And I'll end it now. Don't forget the other video that's coming about the installation. You might like that as well. So I'll end it now because I've talked enough. And you all take care, and hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.